I'm feeling festive tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me today, we have one of the sexiest cast members of the hottest web shows there is, and that is Boy Drama. Joining me today, making his first debut in an interview, we have Linwood, ladies and gentlemen. Let me add him to this live. I thought we were going to start at 7:30, but we can start a little bit earlier. I had no idea that he was ready. But we can go ahead and get this interview started. Aren't y'all in for a treat, Fashion Dolls? Let me go ahead and share this to everyone that is coming in, Fashion Dolls. We're starting a little bit earlier. I thought we were going to start at 7:30, but he's ready. So let's get this interview started, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me tonight is one of the sexiest cast members of the hottest, highly anticipated web shows there is, and that is Boy Drama, created by Don Bond. I had to get a little festive, a little outfit change. Going into the new year, we've got something sexy for y'all. So, ladies and gentlemen, Linwood. Let me add him in. Hey, Terrence. Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
how are you?
I am wonderful. We finally meet. We've been talking back to back.
I know this has been a meeting in the making for, I want to say, over a year now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm so glad to be a part of it. So glad to be a part of it.
I see Chris Deloach. Hey, Chris. Me and Chris did an interview way back in 2020. So that interview is up. So make sure you guys tune
I
in
know
for
Chris
that.
too.
hmm And I see one of your castmates. Hey, Mel. Mel guest co hosted with me. Definitely. Please go and check it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
All right. So let's get into this interview. So, for those of you who don't know who
All
this
right, I'm
is,
ready.
this man he's the jack of all trades. He model, he acts, he does it all. So you've been out of the country for since we last spoke. How's it been? You're back in the USA now. So
It
how's it been, and how's your holidays been for you?
it's an adjustment. I'll say that. I'll say that for sure. But I am glad to be home. I've been overseas the past 4 years. 3 years in Italy, and I did my last year, 2020 to June of this year, in Korea, and I just came back. So I'm happy to be back. I miss the U.S. I miss being in my own country. I know that sounds super weird, but I really do. As crazy as everything is going on around here, I'm still happy to be back for sure.
And we're glad to have you back. Thank you for doing the country a service. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. All right, so let's get into it. Boy Drama, ladies and gentlemen. This season, Don Bond, I'm just going to say the creative writing process and everything, he did a fantastic job. But your character made a lot of people mad. And we was
I
not
know.
expecting the love, your love with, what is it, Larry, to go that far this season. You guys got engaged on the final season, and we're
Hmm.
still waiting. It just stopped there. But you redeemed yourself when you gave your sister something to protect herself, because when it comes to family and the kids and stuff like that, that is something we don't play about. So you want to tell
Absolutely.
everyone a little bit about your character and how your characters progressed from then and to now?
Well, I will say, so Clinton's character, he's always been about the job, right? He's always been about the job. And his career meant a lot to him, which me, myself, I can identify with myself as well. But he had to find that balance between family and work life. And he was bad at it, very bad at it, to the point where he almost lost his husband. Um, and I think that was a pivotal moment towards the end when he realized that he did lose everything. He had to make rash decisions to make sure that he kept his husband. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of difficult to play because even I was mad at myself. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You should have been begged this man to stay. You should have been, on your knees begging him to stay with you or apologizing for what was going on." So it was kind of tough to play a role that even you were like, "Come on, man, get it together." But nonetheless, I did enjoy it, and he got it together in the end.
And then in the previous season, your character was engaged to a woman, and then she left. Y'all had a child together, and
Hmm.
then fast forward, you're in with your with Larry's character. So yeah, that's how it all progressed. But it's funny to say that these situations happen. But he touched on something that we definitely talk about a lot in the Black community, and that is
Mhm.
police brutality. And
Yes.
what makes it even more difficult is the fact that it's coming from a Black man and another Black man in another situation. Yes.
So even that situation was a little difficult for me because um, even being in the military, which is what my predominantly my career is, um, I faced that a lot myself. Just being a man of color and progressing through the ranks as I have, it's just been a little difficult um, being seen in the room. But I will say with certain rank structure, you know, they have to see you. But as far as Clinton's character and what Black policemen face every day, I feel like that is a true testament of what our Black police officers are going through. I mean, they're out there risking their lives just like everybody else. And Clinton's character, specifically, his life was on the line too, as you saw, you know, as the story progressed, that that young man that he shot actually had a gun in the car. So we just got to make sure we're fully transparent when it comes to, you know, our police force out there, because there's brothers out there still trying to fight and serve. So
Oh yeah, 100% and do the right thing. Most of them don't.
absolutely.
And what I love about Larry's character is Larry's character stuck with you through thick and thin, which is
Yes.
what's tough through any situation when you have something like that happen. You know, the couple, the other spouse has to stick with them through thick and thin. So I love that Don Bond showcased that as well too. He should be popping up. I shared this live to him. We are here with Lynn, the one and only Linwood, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys have been waiting for this interview. Now, we're
Yes.
now closing out December and going into the new year of 2022. Is there
Mhm.
anything that you would like to put out there in the universe that you would like to manifest going into the new year?
Well, there's a few things for Linwood. I'm closing possibly another chapter in my life. I'm close to retirement from the military. I hit 20 years next October. So that just yes, that just opens a whole different realm of opportunities. So gearing up for that. And I'm not even gonna lie, and I'll be 100% honest and transparent with you. The one thing that I put out there is love. Linwood is trying to find love, ladies and gentlemen. So I manifest that into the world. I'm looking for a spouse.
All right.
So, you know, I'm open to dating, but I'm looking for something more serious. So that is one of my biggest 2020. I don't want to say goals, it's not a goal, but just something that I'm manifesting in the atmosphere and that I feel like I'm ready for. So
And what's Linwood's type? What does Linwood look for in that special person?
oh so I would say my type is very broad. That's a very broad statement to even say that I have a type. It's a connection, it's chemistry for me, right? Because again, I've traveled all over the world. I've dated all races, you name it. I've dated it. I know that sounds terrible, but it's true. But it's a connection. You know, I can't put a category on it. I can't even put a sexual orientation on it. I just when you meet someone, you just know it's a chemistry. It's a connection. So
Love is
for
love,
me,
100%.
absolutely.
And what's your ideal date? Because my previous guest, Jonathan Burke, who I've had, who's on the show Harlem with Megan Good, he said that he's looking for love too. So everybody's looking for love going into the new year of 2022. So what's your ideal date?
My ideal date. Um, I guess what I'll do to flip that question is things that I think that we should or should not do, right? So I wouldn't recommend anywhere that you wouldn't get to have the opportunity to have a one-on-one connection conversation with that person. So no
Yes.
movies, um, no place with loud music. Um, it needs to be somewhere where you can actually have a one-on-one conversation. You hear them, they can hear you, and be able to get to know one another like face to face. I also recommend that what your dates should be at a central location, not at your place, not at their place, somewhere else, a restaurant or a cafe, or something like that. But that's my ideal first date, and it should be thought. It should be something planned and a thought into it, right? Whether it be you planning it or the other person planning it, but it should be, some effort. That's the word, effort put into it.
Absolutely. And not only just dating, but February, January, February, before you know it, Valentine's Day will be here. So are you the romantic type to spoil your significant other on this date, or do you like
I
being spoiled?
am. So I am the hopeless romantic spokesperson. I love that type of stuff. I know they say it's lovey-dovey or it's too, and some people are squeamish with it, especially nowadays. But I'm kind of old-fashioned. I like it. And I enjoy it. I like surprises. I like to surprise. So, it's a balance for me. So I'm open to it. I'm definitely a romantic guy or type of guy. And I would
Okay,
need
that's
whoever I'm involved with to be kind of on the same page as that as well. So,
take turns. Like the guy that I was
yeah,
previously dating, we both, did the same thing, when it came to that type of thing, when it came to dating and just making sure that we had something interesting, because I know most relationships, when you're going on a date, you want it to be exciting. And me, I'm
right.
a Scorpio. So I love to be hands on. Not like that. In the words of Monica, I don't get down on the first night. No, no, no. What I meant was, let me clarify, because some of y'all will take my words out of context. Um, I like to be hands-on, as in if we're doing pottery or something like that, or if
Hmm.
we're going, dirt bike riding, just something
An
adventurous
activity,
and fun. Yes.
a fun activity. Yeah. And again, that goes to the effort, right? Putting the effort and the thought process into the date that you're actually, you know, planning and looking forward to actually executing. So I think that's important. I think that's cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love adventure, and that's what most dates should be like. If you're watching, like you said in the beginning, if you're watching a film or something, nobody's gonna be able to conversate. They'll be like, shh, you can't say anything during the movie.
Right.
So I want to be interested. I want to be engaged. I want to be excited. And Nate Carr, shout outs to him. He said something in the beginning of the audience show when we were talking about this with Jonathan. He said,
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with having a picnic on the beach, like old fashioned things like that. That's romantic. That's romance.
Right.
And that's what counts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so it's going to get a little spicy here in the top five, ladies and gentlemen, the rapid
Okay.
five. And Linwood has to tell me five things that he can't live without.
5 things I can't live without.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the number one thing is family.
Mm.
Family. My mother and my sister, I'm very, very close to. Um, they're in my heart, but they also share it. I have two best friends that I could not live without. They're actually here in this room while I'm actually doing this interview, but they're just very quiet. But my best friend Dion and Tomas, I could not imagine life without them as well. And they're a part of my family. And I feel like we're a blended family, right? Because all of our moms talk, all of our moms, get along. So it's just a blended family. So that is probably the number one thing I think that I could not live without. Number two, uh, that's actually a tough question because there's quite a few things that I'm pretty simple. So it's probably hard to pigeonhole things that I couldn't live without. Um, let's do, well, I'll say fitness. So fitness is very important to me too. I don't think I could just like not do it. Like nothing physically fit. I don't think I could cut that out. My fitness is very important to me. And I think the number one reason for that is because that goes back to family. On both sides, I have, aunts and uncles and cousins who just they hadn't taken care of themselves. And there's a lot of, illnesses and things that exist in my family from them not actually taking care of themselves. So I pride in that. And my fitness is a huge part of that, which is why I would say probably fitness is the number two thing I don't think I could live without. I'm gonna find some way to work out. Um, Number 3 thing I could not live without. Okay, this is a weird one, but sleep, naps. I love to sleep. I love to take naps. It's a thing. I love to do it. If you ask me, like one of my favorite hobbies, is take a nap. I love to take naps. Resting is very, very important to me. And you have to, especially when you become a man of a certain age, you gotta get your rest in. So that's important to me. Fourth thing. Um, let's go with food, right? So I do have
Oh,
I
I knew
have
you
some
was gonna say
foods
it.
that I don't think that I could live without. I don't think I could pick just one, but I love bacon. I could actually quit pork altogether, but I love bacon. It's like my favorite thing. So I don't think I could go without bacon. Well, I probably could. Like I probably could, but I don't want to. um, and movie theater popcorn. I don't know what it is about movie theater popcorn. I just have to have it
And
every
the
time I watch
butter,
a
oh,
movie. Uh, put that salt. I have to have it. So, and my friends over there talk about me now because they know I load it with butter and salt. I have to have it. But and the last one, I think, and it just came to me. The one thing I don't think I could live without, and it's kind of cheesy, but it's true, um, is love. Can't live without love. Not in this life. You have to have it. You have to have that compassion. You have to have that feeling. I think that if we shared more of that in this world, it'd be a whole lot better, a better place. Um, and I'm a man who loves love, so I would close with that. I couldn't live without
those are some beautiful top fives, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know the way to get to Linwood's heart. All right,
it.
here's where it becomes interesting. We are about to do our segment called Turn the Tables, and Linwood is going to ask me some questions uncensored and unfiltered. My heart is
Okay,
beating fast because I do not know what he's going to ask me. So go ahead, Linwood.
okay. My first question is, so I'm going to stick with the love area, love train that we're on right now.
Yes.
What are some things that you look for in a guy, and what are your deal breakers?
I want a guy who's compulsive, exciting. I love adventure. I love to have fun. One who's a sapiosexual, who's attracted to my intelligence. You know, we both
Mhm.
have to have that soul spiritual connection. A guy who, how can I say it, that likes to have fun, that likes to have a good time. Again, I'm a Scorpio. So, you know, we're all bursting onto energy. We like to have fun. We just have that inside of us. Another thing that I look for in a man, and one of my deal breakers. One of my deal breakers is, oh, disrespect. Disrespect. I hate when a guy is just like, if we're like in a public setting and he's yelling across the restaurant, like, it would really turn me off. So that would
Yeah.
definitely be a deal breaker. But what I look for in a man, more importantly, is a man who has a heart, a man who is there for his family. You know, like you said, family is an important value, and it's an important value to me as well too. So we both have to have that understanding. When it comes to family, that's one thing that we don't.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Next question. Um, I get okay. This is a good one. If you had to be stranded on a deserted island, but you could only take 3 things with you, what would you take with you?
Mm. I would take a book. I know we probably wouldn't have no service out there for the phone. um, I would probably be doing something creative and productive, so I would take something to write with. Um, Another thing I would take with me on an island. Mm, I would probably take some food. I would probably get hungry out there.
You was like, I'm not gonna be fishing and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna bring my
Mm-mm.
food with me.
Yes, not at
Okay.
all. I'm not a nature. I mean, I love the outside. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a fisherman. Put the bait in the hook and all of that. Yeah, my father and my brother, they do that. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. And I don't know if I should save this one. Is this my last one? How many do I have left?
As many as you want.
Okay. Um, well, I'm gonna ask this one. What are your goals and aspirations for the year to come in 2022? What
I
do you
would
want to
love,
manifest?
I would love for Style by Stevie to be on national television. I would love it, and I would love to, a trans black woman has never had a television show that I can think of, a talk show at that, except for
Mhm,
T.S. Madison. She was the first to break into television history. And then you've
mhm.
got Laverne Cox, Angelica Ross, who are out here doing the same thing that I do as well too, and having these conversations that we're having in our community, the LGBTQ community. So I would love to do that. And I also would love to do something in the form of fashion because people have been asking me for the longest, would you ever design clothes? Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
I would. And something in the field of beauty. So I would definitely tap into the beauty world as well too. Makeup, hair products, who knows? So yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna put that out in the world, out in the atmosphere,
Yes.
for that to come true.
Manifestation. It's gotta
And when
happen.
you get your first show, I'll be one of your guests. I'll come out there and hopefully you don't forget about me. But I'll be one of your guests and just remember this moment that we had that you talked about this manifesting in 2022 because I feel like that's the first step, right? You got to put it out there into the atmosphere. It'll come true for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, we can't forget about Love B. Scott. They was the first to break into
Oh
television and do red
yeah.
carpet. So shout outs to them. And now they're executive producer on 20s on B, which you guys can catch on BET Plus. So we've had a lot of stars from BET Plus come on this platform, like
Mhm.
shout outs to Arrington Foster, who is on The Family Business. His character is in the LGBTQ community, and Arrington himself is in the LGBTQ community. And yesterday we had Barry Brewer, who was on Tyler Perry's show Bro, which also will be on BET Networks in January. He made the announcement here yesterday. So you guys can catch it January 11th next month, if I'm not mistaken, on BET. So make sure you guys tune in for that. So we've had a lot
Yeah.
of people from BET Plus on this platform. So you never know.
Yeah. And B Scott, man, I've been rocking with B Scott since like 2007, 2006, 2007 when she had her YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, like it was like our highlight. Me and my best friends, we would just sit around and just watch her videos. We still like quote verbatim like quotes from her videos back in the day, like with the squirrel, like Lord take the wheel. Like it's just like
Mm,
so many things. And Scarlett take is it Scarlett? I think it's Scarlett Take the Tumble. Yeah,
yes.
just her redo of that video, like hilarious. And she had on this fabulous little hair tie, and she just had a little robe, just looking being her fabulous self. So for sure, I am a B Scott fan.
And Bareface. So shout outs to them and still breaking barriers for people that are in our community that represent us. So shout outs to them
Absolutely.
100%. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any questions for Linwood or myself? This interview is amazing. It has finally happened. This has been what, four
Yes.
years in the making. We have been
Yes.
talking. He's been overseas. I've been down here
Mhm.
in the USA trying to get things set up, and now it's
Trying to get it
finally happening.
connected.
Yes. So shout outs to everyone. Shout outs to my co-host Marco. I seen you in here, Marco. I don't know if he's in here or not. Shout outs to Doc. Shout outs to Tony. I see all of you are coming in. Terrence, everyone. Do we have any last questions for Linwood or myself? This interview is so good. All right, so Boy Drama shall be returning.
Yes.
I think this is going to be the final complete season. I'm just going to ask and predict. You do not have to tell because I don't know what Don Bond has on the writing board. Where do you predict where your character? Because where we left off is you was helping your sister get her son
Hmm.
back.
Hmm. And then it also left off with me and Isaiah, who's played by
Larry. Yeah.
Larry. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. Who's played by Larry. Um, it left off like we were like in the crossroads too. Like Are we gonna stay together? Are we gonna, are we gonna separate?
Mm-hmm.
I can say this. I can say this. Um, they're gonna be surprises for sure. They're gonna be a lot of surprises next season. And don't forget, he also has another a spinoff
Girl
season,
drama.
Girl Drama. So that actually will be coming out, I think, this spring. That show will premiere, and then I think we'll be either coinciding with those or either following the following season. But there are a lot of surprises. And check out Girl Drama too, because there might be some cameos from some familiar characters. So make sure you tune in for that. And that's all I'll say.
All right, fashion dolls. Y'all heard it. Y'all gotta stay tuned. Definitely, definitely, definitely. So my last thought, because then nobody's really saying anything. My last thought to you is, Linwood, what would you like to leave behind in 2021 going into the new year? What's one thing that you'd like to leave behind?
One thing I think I would like to leave in 2021, um, stress and anxiety. Let's leave that in 2021. With the transition of, getting ready for retirement and just leaving overseas, I'm not gonna lie, I had some very high stress jobs that I had to do. And then on top of that, still trying to have my own personal life, fitness life, and dating. And with that came a lot of stress and anxiety. And I want to leave all of that back in 2021. I'm all about moving forward, positivity, and love in 2022. That's all I got time for.
Absolutely, 100%. The same here. And speaking
Yes.
of anxiety, trust me, I know it all too well. I've been struggling through it throughout this week, especially during the holidays time. It's been
Mhm.
difficult. So talk to people. 100%. That's why people are here. All
Yes.
right, fashion dolls. If you're just joining in, we have any last minute questions for Linwood before we wrap up this amazing conversation? And make sure you guys tune into Girl Drama, which is the spinoff for Boy Drama. Boy Drama will be returning as well too, because we knew it was gonna be a cliffhanger. I was like,
Hmm.
no, this can't be it. This can't be the end. It's got to be more to it. So we gotta wait and see what Don
Yep.
Bond has up his sleeve when he's going to the writing board for
Hmm.
these characters. Clint and Isaiah, definitely follow the whole story. Watch it from the beginning. You guys will not be disappointed.
Absolutely. It's on YouTube. You can watch all of the seasons on YouTube. They're available for you to view right now. So please do so.
All right, fashion dolls, any last minute questions before we conclude this interview? Any last final thoughts? I see you guys are all coming in. Welcome, welcome if you're just joining. And this replay will be up so you guys will be able to catch it. There won't be a show tomorrow, but Saturday, joining us, we have. Make sure you guys tune in Saturday as well. We're kicking off season 16 with a fiery bang. So definitely, please. We have Tyrone Nathaniel, who's also a fresh new face, new up and coming actor, joining us Saturday at 1 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in for that season 16 of Style by Stevie. We have some more amazing guests coming into the new year. So you guys just have to make sure you're following this platform. And back in November, we just welcomed our new co-host, Marco. So you guys will be seeing Marco on Wednesdays. He will be doing the topics with me along with special guest interviews as well. And Johnny will be returning as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. All right. So Linwood, you know what time it is. You knew it was going to be remiss to ask.
I
Baby,
know.
take it off. It's got to come off, ring it into the new year.
I'll do that. I will do that.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, it smells so sweet. All right.
And I know you talked
I'll,
about being a Scorpio. I am proudly repping. I'm a Libra all day long. So all my
yes, and our
Libras stand
signs are
up.
closed. My mom's a Libra woman as well, too.
Yes.
Oh, my
So.
goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview today. Thank you so much, Linwood. And I definitely will be speaking with you back in the future. And be on the lookout for the highlights in this interview.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. I enjoyed myself. Thank you so much for this. It was a
You
pleasure.
are so welcome. And thank you so much for coming on. We definitely got to do it again.
Absolutely. You have a good
All
night,
right.
love. All
You
right.
too. Take care, Fashion Dolls. Mwah.
Bye.